Um, okay, we're going to try this again. Usually from the daytime live stuff is a little tricky for me in a lot of ways. But we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to wait for Bobby to come in here, and I don't know if anybody even knows to come in today. We do have this early 1 o'clock slate. We may as well take a stab at it. Let me just see if there's any new. All right, let me just update this. So while I'm waiting for Bobby here, I may as well just go over the pitchers here. I think on DraftKings, I mean, for me, it's really 3 pitchers. It's Maeda and Burns. And then the third one would be Evaldi, but that's a game 2. I'm not exactly sure what this starting situation is there. I'm pretty sure that's the one that's going to be on the slate. But for me, it doesn't make a difference. For me, it's going to be, well, we do have to need to know that. It is Maeda against Evaldi. So for me, I'm going to go with Maeda and Burns. Those are going to be my two. Those are going to be my two pitchers over here. And then I'm going to take a look and see what the stack situation looks like. I mean, the Yankees are still even though they're with no Stanton in, they're still my favorite. So it's. I mean, it's going to be really chalky, I guess. But you know what? I might do it anyway. So for me, it's Yankees on DraftKings. I mean, they're just so. I think they're just so much ahead of everybody else. I think even with. Well, there's no LeMahieu also, but even still. Maybe it keeps their ownership down a little bit. So I guess for me it would be the Yankees on DraftKings, and then on FanDuel. Let me take a look. Because I had Yankees and Toronto, and which made it easy. I was just going to stack that game up and be done with it. So it is a little bit more, well, is it a little harder? No, it really isn't. Let me just double check this. But as far as stacks go, yeah, it's Yankees and Toronto for me. So that's where I'm going. The next place I would go is maybe Milwaukee against Arrieta. That would be my next shot on FanDuel would be going to Arrieta. Yeah, they did have a tough night, didn't they? They really did have a tough night. The Angels did. Yeah, my kind of small low price stacks did really nicely, right? With the Miami and the and Detroit, those really came through. And what's his name? Adam Duvall is just like laying the wood on Atlanta on his former team. Pretty crazy, huh? And the Astros busted. Yeah, Marlins and Tigers. The Astros busted. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Bobby. Bobby wanted me to invite him, but he's not here. So let me go through a couple more things. So first of all, just so you know, some housekeeping items. We did already a video for this evening's. Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, Bobby. So I was just telling everybody a couple of things. Number one, it's a little hard for me to do the live stuff during the day over here. I'm gonna try to make it work though, just because the way my computers are set up. So I have my stock stuff, and I have to monitor that pretty intently.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that I'm just updating them on the housekeeping items. You know, we did videos for pretty much everything. We have a golf video that's being loaded probably a little later. We have the main slate in baseball. We did a preview of that. And we didn't do a preview of the NBA. We're going to do a live thing from 6 to 7 Eastern time where we encompass both baseball and the NBA. So that's where that's.
Yeah,
that's
and guys, we'll do a half hour before lock every day live for NBA just to keep that clear. I just want to make sure that everybody out there knows that it's not that we have given up on NBA. It's just that the early videos are almost completely irrelevant at this moment. So until things settle down a little bit. I mean, we have things that are happening that even what we tell you in our early videos. I mean, there's just too much going on. I just think the live shows are better. Anyway.
So I'm a chalk junkie on this early slate, Bobby. Maybe you can either talk me off it or assure me of it. I mean, I'm with on DraftKings. I'm with Maeda and the first game. And I'm not with Maeda and Burns and stacking the Yankees. I mean, I'm finding it difficult to get away from that.
Yeah, I hear you. There's different ways to stack them, but that's sort of where I'd lean to. It's really hard for me not to play Burns on this slate, especially against this Cubs team that we talk about. Like, I don't know, Burns projections. It seems like you could add like 10 points and I'd be fine with it.
Right.
I think that your other options, like Milwaukee, because Milwaukee's kind of beaten up. Like maybe you could argue for Arrieta as an SP2 and just use them in the same game. Griffin Canning, I think is right there.
Okay.
So I mean, I like Maeda obviously better, but I do think that Canning is a good other option. And I am a glutton for punishment as always, and I don't think that price means all that much on this slate. So I will take some shots on Corey Kluber.
Okay. And I would also like to say that on the other side of that game, I do like Toronto on FanDuel. Yeah. And I'm basically just stacking that game on FanDuel. I mean, I was going to play Burns and just stack the Toronto game and just put up the number. I mean, that's what I was planning on. What else you got for me? I mean,
so basically, I'm still trying to build out. We've had a kind of a hectic morning, so I'm still trying to get my lineups built. I do think that. I mean, I think that the Corey Kluber thing should be really low owned. Like.
Right.
I don't know if it will be, but it certainly should be very low owned. Oops, I just had another player announced out. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing. I mean, honestly, on these kind of day slates, it really matters. You need the lineups. And if you don't have the lineups, like, it's a little tricky because they are completely different on these kind of slates. Like we just got Sano out of the Minnesota lineup, for example.
Well, don't forget that's 7 innings, right?
The Minnesota game? It was a filler one for a lineup, but I just don't want to – I don't have the ability to not – take somebody out when I see something like that. All right. So Canning. Yeah, it is hard to get around it, man. I'm with you. It's not ideal.
You got Gardner hitting third at 2,800 on DraftKings.
Wait, 23. What site are we talking about?
Now I'm on DraftKings.
Wait, Garver's 2,300?
Gardner.
Oh, Gardner. Yeah, Gardner, I think, is like, I mean, I'm guessing he's like the lock, right? 2,800?
Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Just don't play him. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, a lock or whatever. It's baseball, right?
Yeah, you stack without him. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, he's like the lock. Like he's like the chalk play that makes the most sense by far. I don't know. Like I like the Angels stack.
Oh, our man's in here as a DH. You suggested this could possibly be Hiyagoshi, right? He get in?
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure
Yeah,
this out.
he got in hitting ninth. That's
Oh, yeah. Of course he's in. Yeah. Sorry. Sheets, why don't you talk a little bit? I'm still trying to build my lineups, and I just keep having players out. We've been back to back things. I'm just trying to get it straightened out here. Do you mind?
Yeah, no, that's all I was saying is that I'm just kind of just stuck on this Yankees thing, and I just kind of think I'm going to end up just sticking with what I got. Just play Burns and Maeda, and just try to just shuffle around the Yankee stack and just hope it hits. That's going to be I think what I end up doing, which is sounds a little just cop outish, but that's just I think what I'm going to do.
It makes sense.
Now you do have a cap with Maeda at 7 innings, right? Because it's a 7-inning game. But how much are we expecting anyway?
No. That's the better. It's always better to play the pitcher in 7-inning games, and it's the only chance that anybody really has at complete games anymore without having.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that counts as a complete game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
So Maeda, yeah, is clearly like the natural SP2. As I'm saying that, I'm just trying to figure out the rest of my lineups here. Gleyber, yeah, it is really hard to imagine the Yankees don't get just insane ownership today. And yeah, I mean, it feels like the total on the Angels is a little bit too low. I really like the Angels.
Okay.
That's another place I'm going. But again, I don't think you're getting like crazy different. I like that you mentioned the Blue Jays. I think people are still afraid of Kluber in some sense, but they'll see the run total and they'll jump all over it. So that's fine. I think that the run total is a little bit low on both sides of this St. Louis Washington game. I know Joe Ross was awesome against my Dodgers the other day and has shown good stuff in the past, but that would be the other place I'd look if I wasn't going to go Yankees and Angels.
It's funny that you had mentioned Arrieta, and I was toying with the idea of actually playing Milwaukee as a secondary option.
I think it's fine. I don't think that it's horrible. I just don't like Milwaukee's hitters very much. But other than that, no, I'm kidding. No, but
no,
that makes sense.
It's a short slate. Whatever happened to that pitcher from the Cubs that everybody used to steal against? Lester.
Oh yeah, I don't know where he is actually.
Did he retire?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly think that he might just be injured on somebody's bench right now. He was sort of not in his best form anymore anyways. All right, let's see. And then the other thing you could do is not play Corbin Burns and hope for something. I don't know what it is that you're hoping for. But that's that. I mean, Canning, it's so hard for me not to play Maeda Burns that I think Canning – I mean, there's nothing else I love here.
You could try Eovaldi.
Eovaldi would be the other thing, but I mean, honestly, if this was a bigger slate, I might be stacking against Eovaldi here. I actually think Eovaldi's fine. I just like it's hard for me to pick him over Maeda, who's just so much better of a pitcher than Eovaldi is.
Yeah.
And you can mix up the ways you do your stacks. You can play Jared Walsh in the same. I mentioned this the other day in the same lineups as Ohtani if you're going to play the Angels, because it just lowers a little bit of the ownership because of first base situation and all that stuff. Stacking the bottom of the Yankees, going 7, 8, 9, like 1, 2, or 2, 3, I think is an interesting way to go. I do think LeMahieu will be where is he playing right now?
He's out.
Oh my goodness! Never mind. Who's batting leadoff? What did I miss here? I'm literally can't believe how far behind I feel. Hicks. Oh God.
And you don't like Hicks. Hicks,
no, I love him in general. I've been on him for years, but it's just I'm just annoyed by him, and I'm not sure he can still hit.
Right.
So that way. But whatever. He's completely reasonable as a leadoff hitter for what I think is the top offense on the slate. Odor, and then you play Hicks. Yeah, that makes actually a lot of sense. And then you fade Gardner where you play Hicks.
I like the Odor play.
So which one?
Odor?
Yeah, Odor. Yeah, you go 7, 8. I think you go 7, 8, 9. I like Urshela too. I think that's a way to get lower ownership on this stack. And yeah, I'm about that. I'd love to get Soto into more lineups. I think he's the best. He could end up lower owned than he should be on this slate because even though it's a small slate, the Yankees guys are in that price range. So it makes it a little bit, well,
Right.
mostly Aaron Judge in that price range, I should say. And it makes it hard to get, but short. Yeah, I kind of like that though. And then I'm just trying to go through St. Louis's lineup. I'm sorry, St. Louis, and because I do think St. Louis and Washington are the other sides of this coin. I don't know, whatever, the other sides of this situation that I want to play.
You like Wainwright at all or no?
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, Wainwright would be another guy you could consider. But I'm not gonna. I don't particularly want to pick on this lineup. I like this lineup for the Nationals a little better than most do. At least at the top of the order, I like this lineup. I don't love it all the way through. They're batting Robles. Hey, nice reward for having a nice game. You're gonna go bat ninth now. That would have been the guy who would have been my favorite for them, other than obviously Soto. And St. Louis really has there is some merit to the St. Louis situation. Let's see, Carpenter. Who do we really want though? That's the problem. I keep running into with St. Louis. I like the stack idea. I just hard to get guys I really like. Justin Williams. I mean, the bottom of their lineup is all cheap, but it's not the prettiest thing in the world. Schwarber. Maybe Molina is the best play from that team. He's expensive, but that's fine.
Molina
for St. Louis. I just think he's the best catching option. On the slate, other than of course the fact that Higashikawa is like the greatest of all time. He's the guy. And maybe we do play Ryan Zimmerman here. I think he's actually got good splits against Wainwright. I'm just trying to figure out a way to do this that makes some sense to me. And to be honest, I think I might leave some of the bottom of the Yankee stack order thing out just because it doesn't fit with my build as much. I really do think that other game is your game. And I'm just going to take a quick look because I think I actually have umpire data, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me see. Nothing extreme. Of course, mostly pitchers umpires, and then a slight hitters umpire for Milwaukee, which is fine.
Okay.
I do think the St. Louis game, like, am I missing something here? I guess it's only 57 there, which is usually a little warmer, but it's really, it's reasonably humid. It's not great hitting weather, but not bad. And then, man.
There's no big, I'm sorry. So I wasn't listening. So there is a big an umpire thing to worry about or not?
No, there's nothing.
Okay.
I'll look at some questions, guys. Sorry, I'm a little scattered today. It's been trying to figure out a lot of different stuff.
And there's no weather issues.
No weather. Well, no, there is in Boston. I'm sorry, in Minnesota. But it doesn't seem to be too bad.
Okay.
Looking at it right now, I'll say what Roth has. Shout out to Roth, who's the best. It's going to be cold and breezy, temperature in the low 40s. See a few showers. They played in them yesterday. Doesn't mind the conditions. Expecting to play this game cold and drizzly, which is good for pitching. So both sides of the pitching in that game would probably be your SP2s. Probably even ahead of my guy who I kind of like today. I don't know. Griffin Canning, I feel like there's some upside there.
Yeah, people. I think I was one of Cardi's boyfriends last year, I think.
What's happening with have you seen anything in chat?
No, what's happening?
I don't know. You keep asking me. I haven't had a chance to look into chat.
I have so much going on.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, COVID. My bad. Should be back soon, assuming. Okay, guys, I'm totally out on things that are not related to today these days. How good is Brad Keller today? I don't like him at all. But I think it's an interesting tournament idea, but I'm not going to do it. And Bob Bongo, hit me up on in the Discord or something, because I'm curious to hear about your coin experience. I've been dealing with a lot myself these days. All right, let's see. How do I finish this out?
Let me look one more time. I did one more run here with the new lineup and see if I can get off of this Yankees a little bit. Probably not. So it's still Maeda for me, and then Burns. Can you fade? If you faded Burns, what does that do for you? That doesn't even do anything for you.
No, you have to just you spend the cheapest guys down. You played like the other guys in the later game. It's so hard because I mean, it's hard. I don't know how to say it. It's really hard.
Change this over here. Put this over here. Where's my DraftKings? Where'd I go? Where is it?
Guys, pop in any thoughts or questions if you want to.
My lineups DraftKings. Let's try this. So you could get in guys like Jay Bruce, maybe.
Yeah. I think actually, all things considered, I would prefer Jay Bruce over Hicks.
Yeah, you were telling me you felt Hicks was a little washed.
Yeah, and Jay Bruce is a little too. I'm still playing Hicks some, so I'm not like, I'm not so far on that side. I'm just, I don't know. I'm not. I'm genuinely concerned that his career might be on the down. He just doesn't look right. Yeah. Some of my friends know a lot more about baseball in terms of like coaching and stuff, which they are coaches. They were talking about how his swing, you could see it towards the end of last year that it's just he can't. There's something like whether it was the strength in his body, he just can't keep this power in his lower body. So he made him seem like he has absolutely no power anymore.
Oy.
That was their take anyway. Maeda, and it just seems silly not to play either Maeda or Eovaldi. The more you look at it, right? Yeah, it really does.
Can you get all the Yankees in? Probably. You can get anybody you want in.
Yeah. And St. Louis, Washington. Edmonds.
Torres. I mean, Torres had a finger issue. Maybe that hurts him a little bit, but Torres, Gardner, Sanchez. Let's see if there's any good one-offs here. At first, second, and third. Let me take a look. Tellez still 2,600. No real good second baseman today.
Yeah, it's a well, Odor. I mean, I don't mind Carpenter actually. I actually kind of like Carpenter.
Play Hura if you want.
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
Yeah. Actually, I like Hira. I know he's been struggling, but that's actually a good play. Are we sure Corey Kluber is done?
No. I'm not sure. This is anything's possible.
Just don't know how much they're going to let him go. He just looks so shaky when he starts walking people like this. Because that would be a pretty sweet move if you could get different just by doing that one thing, just playing the two of them.
Shaw.
Brentford, Verdugo. Molina.
Try this.
Who looks good at the plate this year is Goldschmidt. Well, he looked really good yesterday anyway, hasn't his at-bats, obviously. Not exactly on news from me there. Jay Bruce is now only first base eligible. F you. F you.
What happened? I built a couple lineups this way.
It's weird because I'd like to get more St. Louis, and I don't even know how to do it.
Well, like you like Carpenter again, you said, right?
Yeah, but he kind of ruins the. I like my little mini Yankee stack, and I want to play Odor in it, and I think I'm gonna take a shot at Carpenter, hoping he found something out. He's got a couple hits over his last 2 games. He hit the home run last night, seeing the ball well. It's, maybe he can get something going. Jackie Bradley Jr. leading off. Tell you what, if you're gonna play anybody against Burns today, I'd play Jack Peterson.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, I think that's a good little spot there.
You know what I'm gonna do just for
Or Baez.
one. Let's not play. Yeah, just for. Just in case, we'll play some non-Burns. Screw around a little bit in the lottery.
All right.
Where'd that go? Crap. Come on. Here. So what did that get me? So I do have, just for you guys, true transparency, whatever. I do have a few lineups with Griffin Canning. So I got some Canning. I got one with the Arrieta.
Mm-hmm.
No one has this. Anybody have an Arrieta Ross pairing? Probably not, right?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think you're probably in pretty good shape on that one.
Yeah, that's it.
And remember, you guys don't need to fully stack here either, by the way. There's a lot of
yeah, that is true.
So right now I'm just editing one last thing because I did want to.
We have 10 minutes for the Yankee game.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to make sure I got enough Yankees in here. Ugh, I hate the. There is a lot of. This is so annoying, these kind of slates. All right, here's what I'm going to try to do: is keep Higashikawa out of that other Yankee stack. Play Molina. Skip Biggio. Play Odor. Okay, this works. Odor.
I'm going to change.
I'll take a look and see if there's any questions in chat.
Okay.
One. And by the way, I was also measuring like things about just the way different stacks work and stuff. Like basically I was looking at how often like the 1, 4, 5, and I'm just using it on recent stuff. I haven't put it in a tracking sheet or anything, but it's just incredible how often like the 1, 4, 5, 8 stack is like the optimum stack. You know what I mean? Like things that don't correlate at all.
Right.
It makes 2 cents for it to be correlated, but really you're looking for the big power. And while those other guys have points, they get like 7 or 8, 7 or 9 or something. The other guys the guys with the 20s are all in those other weird spots because they had the home run or whatever.
Well, I mean, the optimal lineup is, I mean, like the one that's like impossible to get is always going to be the one that gets the solo home runs, right? I mean,
right.
You just don't know where that's going to be.
Right, exactly. Combs, Wainwright.
Which time? You got 7 minutes? One more, and then I'll build. One more time. I don't want that. Ugh. Suck.
Ten-game log, Chicago.
4, 7 minutes. Okay.
That's what it looks like.
So no luck with DraftKings.
They sent me some back.
Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah, it's better than nothing for sure. Yeah, for sure, better than nothing. I kind of like your Milwaukee thing, by the way. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get to enough of it.
I got a one-off of Hira in the DraftKings. Hitting 6, maybe he'll be low on.
Yeah.
Vogelbach in?
I didn't see Vogelbach. I wasn't focused on them mostly. Oh, that's wait. No, it's not a problem. Okay, we're good. I'm ready to go. Wait.
I'm not exactly ready.
Say that we don't even have all the lineups yet. All right, guys. Let me see if there's anything last minute before we get out of
Yeah,
here.
I'm still grinding.
It stinks without Luke Voigt. I guess he's there. But yeah, you know what? We can fade him if you want to. Kluber is. I do think Kluber is kind of interesting today. Like, but I'm not getting to it because I'm not playing enough lineups.
And what were you asking? Are we sure that he's done? That was your?
Yeah, I don't think he is done. I just think that he's going to be streaky until he gets fully healthy. So I really messed up yesterday. That's why I was frustrated this morning. I literally would have tied for first, and I didn't end up playing the big buy-in because I wasn't going to be able to see the lineups before I came out. And then last night,
what happened first? Okay.
That was why I would have tied for first in the early day one. And then the evening one, I would have come in second in the 777, but I switched it off in my 2 lineups on DraftKings and played the 88.
I'm going to show you something, by the way. Once we start, I don't want you to get out of here. I want to show you something after the slate starts, if you don't mind.
That's fine with me.
Yeah. 5 minutes? No. Just fixing one thing here. Still burns.
Any questions, guys? Any thoughts? Hit me up.
Can't get off of the burn situation here. You could leave some money on the table, have some fun doing that.
Yep. I think it is a good slate to leave money on the table.
Yeah, you have Burns, who's basically the hottest pitcher against like the coldest team hitting. It's a tough fade. It's a tough fade there.
Yep.
That makes sense. There you go. A little of that, a little of this. You get a Soto in. Okay. Angels, we don't have a lineup yet, right? Okay.
Right.
I'll deal with that later. Okay, I just want to get to what I wanted to show you in a minute. It's going to start with 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions in here? Let me take a look.
No, it doesn't look like it.
How good is Brad Keller? I'm back. You're going to be a gamble. Kluber so up and down. Yankees lineup stinks. Without Luke Voigt, I guess he's their MVP. Yeah, he's definitely Buck Bumler's certainly from New York, because this is like the typical, got Stanton, Judge, and all this stuff. We say, well, we're no good without Luke Voigt. It's like,
Mm-hmm. Although he did have, like, his year last year, like, extrapolated would have been one of the crazy seasons in recent history.
yeah.
It was really nuts. I mean, then again, all the Dodgers might have had like 5 guys hit 45 home runs. Like, it was really nuts.
Yeah.
They just had so many. I mean, everybody was just crushing the ball. All right, and once we're ready, we can do it. I'm loading up my stuff on Stake Kings, guys.
Okay.
Little shout out if anybody joins. Let me know, because I'll get you a code. Tonight is definitely going to be a 1 basketball entry lineup. I think that's what I'm going to do until it gets a little bit more manageable.
0 minutes. Let's wait till it's officially live. Not yet. All right, hold on. Just 1 second.
You got the biggest game of the year tonight, or the biggest game for them of the year, and Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Chris Chiozza all ruled out. But Kyrie Irving is not on the injury report.
Really? Kyrie is not on the injury report?
Which doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play, but they're playing Philadelphia, and they're literally back and forth for first place in the East, which now really matters, because especially, well, travel and all that stuff, I think it mattered anyway more in the playoffs, but now you're going to have fans in there. It's going to make a difference.
1 second. Even though it locks, it takes like a couple of minutes for the ownerships to update or whatever.
Right.
After that, then I'll show you what I wanted to show you. I'll show it to everybody too.
Okay, this is going to be good.
Okay, great. Okay, so hold on. So come here. Okay, so you mentioned. I'll put it over here. So you mentioned yesterday, that that you were asking me what's first place in the whatever,
mm-hmm.
and I asked you why you can't see it.
That wasn't it.
And you said you weren't in it. Okay, so this is the DraftKings trick. How do you think I follow you in all the big stuff that you're in that I'm not in? So what you do, if you want to see something that you're not in, okay, so you go to the sport, like see this tab over here. So you go to MLB, for example,
mm-hmm.
right? Then you click on this View Live Contests.
Okay. Wait.
And then everything lists. So you can look at every single tournament.
Do you mind backtracking 1 second and show me that one more time? I know I should do this.
So let's say we're back at the beginning. All right, let's just remember. So you go to you got to go to the sport that you want first. So you click on the MLB tab right here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you click this thing, View Live Contests. And then you click that, and then you'll see all these things turn to watch.
Okay.
So now I can watch every one of these contests, even though I'm not in them. So I could,
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
That was it. All right, guys. Take it easy and good luck. We'll see you guys later.